hands have been moist.
Yeah.
So I'm taking this off, and I'm gonna get that air out of there. Let's see if this will turn. There it goes.
Okay, hold it.
Yeah, I
Hold
like
it
to
more
hold it so it
vertically.
can only go so far.
Hold it more. Well, it'll go all the way if you hold it at the end.
No, I mean, I left a little bit of room, so
Yeah,
when I
that-
push
that's
it,
a
it's
clever
only,
way
it's,
to
on-
do
it's
it.
only going to go so far.
That's
So
kind
that-
of clever.
It's squirted out, so I think the bubbles must be gone.
Well, you
Yeah.
can look at it. You can see the
Hold
air.
it vertically.
The air is gone
See,
from
there
the
is
top.
a tiny bubble, but because it was tilted a little, I don't think that's a significant.
Okay.
But here. I'm getting you good here.
Taped up now.
Yeah.
All right. So, I'm
So
gonna put
good.
this
So
back-
you ready?
Put this back on here because I'm going to clean the tip of this right there. Right.
Yes.
All right. So that's now. Could you give me a paper towel, man?
No, I'm videoing.
Oh, you're video. Okay. All right. I'll
Okay.
use my shirt. I don't want to use my shirt.
At least you know that why that's funny.
Yeah.
It's sort of like blowing on it to dry it, you know.
Now,
it's
this
just,
procedure we're doing now is,
it's a piece of cake.
is a piece of
So,
cake.
so remember, you won't. The business end is the end,
Right.
and dragging anything from the sides to the end is counterproductive.
Okay.
So
So we're going to clean that tip
yeah,
pretty good. And then we're going to clean this pretty good. All the way around.
you know it's not gonna. It doesn't go on very far. It's mostly that little rubber.
The threads.
So once you've been using it on the sides, don't use that side. Maybe use the other
Use
side
the
of
other
the,
side.
or another or a new one.
Yeah.
You know, if you're,
Maybe do one final swipe of the tip or something.
you know, you'll get.
So you think that's good enough for cleaning?
It probably is. It probably is.
Okay. So now we're back to this.
So, and it dries pretty fast. I forget what 20
Oh, that's right.
seconds
We
or
got to wait
something.
till it dries, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Um,
so, I'm going to. It should be dry, right?
See,
I'm not going to blow on
you
it.
see the impulse to blow on
I
it?
know.
Oh, it's
I
there.
thought about it.
I know. It seems. It's yeah, and you get the feeling,
Okay, there we are.
and then
Now she can help me. She can be a third hand on some things.
you know it's nice to have a assistant.
Yeah. Now this is already loose, broke loose, so it should. So we're going to be doing the real thing here right now. Right?
Yes,
We're gonna-
and the technique is push pause,
Okay.
and how's
So
it?
push, pull, or
Push pause.
push, pause.
Okay. Just go in there.
So it's going in pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
I would pay attention to that. If 3 days from now it seems like, wow, it's getting hard to push, flush it an extra time.
Yeah.
Or flush it
Something's
12
causing it.
hours later.
There's a stricture in there.
The main thing that happens is all the way at the end where the end of the catheter hits the blood, that's where there
Yeah.
can be a little clot.
Yeah. I see a little. I think there's a little bubble right there.
So you,
Right there. there's a
yeah,
little
so
bubble.
you don't have to.
I'm not going to put that bubble in
So you can either hold it vertically so the bubble's on the top and
Oh,
not
okay.
push it all the way, or you can stop there. It's not gonna.
Yeah.
It's not a.
there. Okay. So
That's not your antibiotic. So
right. All right. So that's done. So I can turn it loose now, right?
So that's
We're ready for antibiotics?
that's step one. Yeah. And there. Oh.
Okay, I see a little on the tip here. Guess I can wipe that off. Huh?
So, when in doubt, rewipe, but, and we have verified that the fluid is all the way to the
Right.
end, but you
Right.
want to get in the habit of doing
Still
that.
check it anyway, yeah.
So, and you want to look at it, is it, is there crud in it? Is there little pieces of something floating in it? Is it a funny color? All of which you would not infuse
Not
and
infused,
pick another one if they're all like that.
yeah.
You,
Or I could just say, I think there's something wrong with that and have them give me another one.
yeah, you that's when you would call the pharmacy.
Yeah, say, hey, this
I'm
thing-
looking at this purple stuff in here. Should I
Yeah.
use it?
Yeah,
And let them have a
right.
coughing fit. So, and of course you verified that this is in fact the one that has your name on it, and your correct date of birth,
Okay,
1938.
yeah, that's it.
It was a very good year.
Apparently, you have good genes, I think. So, and this little getting a feeling for that clip has its moments.
Yeah.
So now, if you had an assistant,
She could do that.
she could do that, or she could hold this, and you could do
While-
it while you verify that the fluid.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, either way.
that was a hint. You're the one doing this at the moment, so
She'll get used to it. She'll do it pretty soon.
So she wants you to verify, I think.
do it now. Though I want you to do it right now,
Okay.
because you're the one who's infusing.
Okay, so we're gonna test. We haven't done that test yet, so now we're gonna do it, right?
You haven't done it
Using
yet,
the clip.
so
I haven't done
you want to believe me, or you want to
it. All right, so
verify
I
it
have,
yourself.
I have to take this off though, don't
It's less likely to flow with the cap on. You could try it, but it probably won't flow.
I? Yeah, I would think it wouldn't.
I know. And there you go. See?
Yeah, it's
So
not
it's
gonna,
open,
it's not going
but
to
it's not flowing. But as soon as you open it, it will,
So I
hopefully.
should open it now.
You tell me.
Well, if I open it now, this is open. Maybe more will come out than I want it to come out.
They overfill it. There's plenty.
Plenty in there.
It's going to be a
All right.
negligible amount.
So
You want to do that rather than infuse
I
air.
hold it here. to
Hold
take
it
that out.
securely so it doesn't
Take that
drag on things,
So
because
I'm gonna
this,
take that out, and if fluid comes out, I'm gonna tighten it back up again.
I'd close this.
Close that. Now,
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, let's see what happens here.
It's going to happen fast, so
I see it.
see it already.
Yeah.
And you don't see any air in the line, so there you go.
Looks good.
So I would,
Okay.
yeah,
All right. So now we're sealed back up.
okay.
Now I guess we're ready to put that in here.
And I would look at the time, just so
Okay.
you know.
Now
okay.
it takes how long to that? You just said?
Well,
Yeah.
just look at the time.
Okay. All right. All right, I'm gonna take this off, and we're gonna put that on there.
Yeah.
So she could be holding that, or I don't know if I can. I can't do this and do that at
Well,
the same time.
you can. You might,
Unless
you
I put
have-
it between my fingers.
yeah,
But then I don't want to touch it, right?
right. So you might,
Hold it
who
there.
knows? You'll figure. That's what I mean.
Okay.
During this process, you'll wish you just had another hand.
Yeah. Well, she'll be there.
Yeah.
And you
I'll be
do.
playing the video while we
So
do it.
this,
is discarded.
Not likely we're gonna put that back on.
Nope.
So I'm just gonna take that off. And then I gotta get this. And I have to put this in here, right?
Well, I don't know where else it would go.
Make me laugh. Okay.
I didn't mean anything weird.
I know, we're just playing around. Yeah.
But
All right, so that's in, and we're ready to get the antibiotic in there.
so the only thing that's stopping the antibiotic from going
It's a clip.
is that clip.
So we let that clip do its thing. And do we see anything?
You don't. That's the thing. That's why I told you to look at the
Oh,
clock.
I see. Okay.
Partly so you know what time you're infusing, but also because
Will
it
that
looks
shrink inside?
it looks like nothing's happening for 15 minutes. So I would look at 10 or 15 minutes. I'd look at it again, if not before,
Yeah.
and
You probably see it shrinking.
yeah, it'll be fun to watch
Okay,
it
we'll
here.
see. We'll see what happens.
So you can put this in your pocket.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can put it, you know,
Then I can just relax and watch some television.
yeah, walk around,
Walk
do it.
around.
Just don't pull it.
Yeah. No, don't
but-
pull it.
But it's not positional like a regular IV. You know, you don't have to, no pole, no,
Yeah.
and you can just like put it in your
Put it
pocket
in your pocket.
and
Okay.
or it could be in your pants pocket. It's
Okay.
so what did I say? It's roughly 5:50. We started.
5:51.
Okay. So we'll, you know, on the package it says 30 minutes. So we'll see what it actually does.
Oh, it says 30 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I should pause.
Yeah, you need to pause.
I need to pause.
Yeah. I find if I hold it up, I don't know. You can figure out the angle, but if I hold it up, I can see that inner balloon. Sometimes it's lopsided.
Yeah.
Looks like it's shrinking on this side more
Yeah.
quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But so we know it's
It's working.
yeah. If you get to 15 minutes and it looks the same, and then you go, oops,
Forgot.
yeah.
Forgot to unlock it.
And everybody, you know, that may or may not happen, but
Yeah.
no big, you know. So at least you didn't wait the whole 30 minutes, you
Yeah.
know.
Right.
So
Well, I got my video photographer here can review that.
So let's
Yeah, it's gonna-
see what,
gonna help.
What else have I forgotten to ask you? And you get me mumbling on the. So the only medicine you take is an occasional pain, aspirin or
Yeah.
headache or whatever.
Yeah. Now, I was taking antibiotics, but I'm not taking any right now.
Right, except for this.
Yeah.
And
And I do take probiotics, though. I'm taking a probiotic.
well, you know, this is, yeah, do you have any symptoms like diarrhea or constipation? Either one can.
Antibiotics.
Diarrhea.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That helps. The probiotics helps.
So is that a current problem?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, not right
Well, it's
now.
The diarrhea. I mean,
today,
you're
today I had it.
You did?
so frequency or
I
kind
didn't
of
think
loose.
this would do it, but maybe it still does. I don't know. The other was, of course, in your stomach, so I don't know.
Yes, but it's not killing your gut bacteria because you take it orally.
Right.
It's in your that
Oh, it's-
absorbs into your
Oh,
blood, and
Okay.
you know it's not direct contact with the bug, with the microbe.
Yeah.
It's so absolutely it's in
Well, they say that you can have diarrhea from it for a long time after you stop taking the antibiotic.
Well, you know, it wipes out. It wipes. Hopefully, it'll get the critters that are annoying your uh, uh, urinary system, but it also, you know, gets the bad
And the
guys and the good guys.
Yeah.
So
Well, I don't. When I do go, it's not a real heavy diarrhea. It's still semi-solid. I don't keep going till it's like just water. It's
Okay.
not that kind of a diarrhea. It's just
But you know, another
still
oh,
A
it's
little-
a
a little
podcast went back on.
solid.
Hey, Sherry,
thing that I do. a lot-
close the podcast, please.
To close an app, swipe.
Don't talk to me. Go away.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that is demonstrating behavior that I want to.
I love telling her go away. She does. She was like, okay. It's a funny world we live in.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So, okay. And you're not allergic to any food or drug
No, not that
that
I know
you know
of.
of? Great.
I'm allergic to cats.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like cats.
True.
Not as bad as I used to be. But boy, they get my chest. You know, I can hardly breathe as I get around them.
If
Wheezing.
they come up and sit on your
Yeah,
Get
I'm,
close
I'm
to you.
wheezing and I hate it. But it's not been as bad lately in my later years.
Of course,
And we had cats at home.
we're not around a lot of
When the kids
cats
were
now.
growing up, we had cats. We had cats
See.
and dogs. Dogs never bothered me, but cats always did.
Yeah, it's cats have a something about the way they lick themselves, clean themselves, and get that saliva all over the hair, and then the
Oh.
hairs
Yeah.
Mm.
in the air. I say 64, 90. Yeah. So, and the cat, well, I would just look at the color of your urine
Oh,
when that's convenient.
that's right.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's
So
not
it,
real bad.
well, it's, meaning it's not too dark.
Yeah, it's not. It's not as dark as it has been. Let me put it that
Okay.
way. It's all relative, right?
Well, and sure, but you know, vitamins can change the color of your urine.
Yeah.
I don't know. Even some drugs can, you know.
Well, that,
But barring that, I would probably say keep drinking.
Yeah.
maybe up that a little bit. I've put, you know, like a 64-ounce bottle of water in the refrigerator or a pitcher or whatever. And, you know, it's hard to drink that much
It is.
unless you're
It is.
real thirsty, or it really tells you, you think you're drinking a lot, and then how much is left in that pitcher at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Would cranberry juice affect the color of the urine?
I don't know. I don't.
Because he drinks cranberry
so.
juice.
I like cranberry juice.
And that's
Yeah.
Supposed to be good. for
Yeah.
kidneys.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes the plainness out of the water.
Yeah.
A lot of I know I put like maybe it doesn't take much, maybe 10% of something.
Yeah, I don't
Even
use it.
even drops of lemon juice.
Yeah, I
Yep.
like lemon juice in there too. But
Yeah.
I don't ever use it full strength. I get about, well, I use these, those are 20-ounce bottles up there.
Okay.
Those are the
Eternal.
ones- eternal water there have a neutral pH, I think, or something. But I fill them about half full of cranberry juice and the rest is water, distilled water.
The only, you know, the thing about the juice is a lot of sugar. I mean, whether it's natural sugar
Well,
or
this is
No added
this
sugar
is
on
no
that.
added sugar.
right, but it's
But
It is
the
natural.
sugar is still.
you know, if you were eating cranberries,
Yeah, you-
they would be fiber and
Yeah.
other things with it, but
Yeah.
you know, you can chug a lot of juice
Mm-hmm.
quickly. You'd have to eat like a lot of oranges
Yeah.
with the fiber and everything to equal a amount in a glass of orange
Yeah.
juice. So
Now at night, I take one of those 20 ounce with just water. And I drink that. If I wake up 2 o'clock, I'll take a few swigs. 4 o'clock, I'll take
you
a few
have it
swigs.
near your
Us-
bed. So
yeah,
you can-
usually by
Mm-hmm.
7 o'clock when I'm getting up, I've drank most of it. So, and I'm getting about 1,100, 1,200 milliliters in the bag in the morning, and that's about an 8-hour time.
And you know, what goes in should come out. But there's fluid in your food too.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but more or
Yeah.
less,
Right.
you know, and that's when, God willing, you're have all your catheters out and are just evaluating your urine output.
Yeah.
They may have you measure urine output.
Yeah. They never ask me, but I always know. I always look at it in the morning, see how much is in there before I empty it.
Yeah, but I mean down the line when
Oh yeah.
and so paying attention to, you know, how much you drink and how much comes out. They may have you measure it, but they're not even asking you that now. So.
Yeah.
But it would give you, you know, if you drank, you know, let's say 40 ounces, which is not enough, but drank 40 ounces and then only 20 came out, then you'd know probably there was,
Still
you were
some-
still retaining
Yeah.
a fair amount.
Well, I can push on my bladder. I can tell if there's anything in there.
Yeah,
Because I feel that urge.
yeah, and you could feel the,
Yeah.
I mean, now they have these devices that,
Yeah. That's the what do they call it?
I
Like
don't
they
know.
do when the baby's in the womb.
yeah, it's an ultrasonic, kind
Ultrasonic.
of thing.
Yeah.
But you know,
They did that to me.
I'm old school and we just palpate it. I mean, you can
Yeah,
feel it.
yeah.
You get you can, you know,
Yeah. You know what? After a while, you know what your body's doing.
Yeah.
Once you do it a few times.
yeah, you get,
But I can tell in the morning if my bladder is actually empty. Of course, there's nothing in the tube in the morning. You know, it's usually dry.
yeah.
It's all
Well,
out.
I mean, it's all gravity
Yeah.
related, so sometimes,
Well, you know the funniest thing? If I lay on my left side, I wake up like during the night. I'll wake up during the night and I feel like I've got the urge to go to the bathroom, pee.
if you,
And it's really funny because and then if I roll over on my back or on my right side, it starts draining. It's the weirdest thing. It'll start coming out, and more will come out, and then it leaves it.
I mean, it could be the position of the tube that's inside your bladder
Yeah.
that may just be leaning against the
Yeah, it could
wall
be.
of the
Yeah.
bladder.
Yeah.
It could
Who
be.
knows? It's
I
kind of
mean,
weird though.
if it was bowel movement, you know, or the diarrhea, that one side or the other
Yeah.
might be more explainable, but with the urine, I don't know.
It's a fun. It's the,
Oh, show me that again.
So we missed the.
Look at that.
Oh my goodness. It collapsed.
It collapsed.
So it's roughly 35 minutes ago we put it in. So or a little more than that, but
Is that a problem?
What?
That?
that
Being like that? Collapsing like that?
No,
that means
It's empty.
Yeah. that
Okay.
means
that is in here.
you got all your
Okay.
so you could
Mm-hmm.
and like I said, you can hardly see the little inside part, but that's what it looks like when it's done.
It's done.
Pretty obvious.
Wow, it's all gone.
Yeah, good to
Boy,
the last drop
It's
there.
amazing what these people do.
Isn't that a cool thing? So they, I assume, put it in through the top.
Yeah.
Similar. Now I guess. Well, we'll take it
Yeah.
before we start playing with it. We'll take it,
I guess we,
detach it from you. But
there's no more in there, so no sense closing it
Yeah.
off.
I probably would just cause.
Just in case.
But
Just get in the habit of doing it.
yeah, it's just so. So that was step 2.
Okay.
So we have SAS. This would be
That's just
Yep.
sa-
Saline.
sodium chloride injection. That's this baby right here.
Yep.
gotcha.
Same as the one we did first time.
So while that's hooked up, it's still closed, so it's not. You could probably argue that it doesn't need to be wiped again. I don't. I would just because it's a good habit to
So
do.
the first thing we need to do is to get the bubbles out, right?
Yep.
This is, I will take this one. And I know I can see the nodes.
And if you hold it vertically, completely vertically, you'll
Yeah.
get all the air.
I would say
I think it's.
pretty much got it. Okay. Well, I was supposed to do that,
No, so you did. So now, what
Yeah.
would you?
wasn't it? Alcohol.
And you've been. I'd toss it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Let's toss
your hands have been all over this.
Yeah.
You don't want to be touching the
Right.
ends of things with your hands,
Right,
even
yeah.
though your hands are clean. They're certainly not.
it. That was a mistake.
Sterile.
Big boo boo.
And what an alternative would have been to,
Here.
do something like that
Yeah.
instead.
Yeah.
I'm gonna,
Yeah. Should I have soaped my hands again, or?
no,
Here's a hand
there, you can use-
sanitizer.
You
Well, I
know,
got a hand
you feel
sanitizer.
an urge to clean your hands, you can use the
Hand sanitizer.
that in between.
That's antibacterial. So.
It's
You know,
it's
you got
a-
all these hand sanitizers. They're all right. They're
I
just.
have so many of them left over. Probably have a lifetime.
Okay, let's do that again.
So-
we won't make that mistake again.
No harm was done. It just and
No problem.
and that's the thing. You just
Okay, so let's try this again. Taking the cap off. We're gonna get the bubbles out. Like we did before. There's bubbles.
Nice and vertical.
I see the bubble. There she goes. I see a little bit of a bubble yet. Okay. Alright. This
So-
is where I made my
so you
mistake.
you could kind of right there you go,
Yeah, that's where I made my mistake.
and you could wipe it off, but just on the sides, but
Yeah, it doesn't really need to. Alright, so I'm gonna put this back on until we're ready for it.
so
Is that the one? Yeah. Alright, so,
yeah, now you can.
alright, yeah. Ready to go over here. So this is already ready. All I have to do is undo it and then put this in.
And I think technically you're right. I would clean it again
Okay.
just because it's a good habit to do, but I don't know if that is scientifically
Yeah.
accurate
Don't
or
hurt
not.
anything, that's for
But-
sure.
But
Okay, now.
but my thing is when in doubt, wipe it out.
Yeah,
So
wipe it out. I don't know if there's gonna be anything in there or not. Nope, nothing there.
there you go. So the end.
Clean
first,
the end.
The end.
And first.
And then you can just, because it's only that first little where the threads are
Oh, yeah. with the
that's
thread.
gonna touch that anyway. So you could do the whole thing, from the top more or less.
Oh, I see, yeah. Yeah.
But definitely get some pressure on that
Yeah.
end. But you're doing fine.
Right, now we're ready to connect to our sodium chloride.
So,
Okay, so what I did before was I went this way. That looked pretty good. Alright, let me get this in here. Put that on there. And let's see now. This we can just go ahead and put it in there, right?
Do you have to pulse that one too?
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you just a little at a time.
And it's the briefest of pauses, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Alright, so now we're going to be putting that in
Okay.
there.
Finish step. Okay, yeah, you can leave that on there and keep it clean. That's yes, and then step 4. Step 4 is the heparin, and it's the same routine, the same technique. You
Same
just
Bubbles out.
and it's nothing's gonna be. It's an anticoagulant, so it could try to help
Yeah, keep
keep a clot from forming on that end of that
yeah,
catheter.
some bubbles in
I know.
there. Tight.
I know. That's why. Let's remember the turn thing.
Yeah,
Kind of break the.
it will turn.
I know.
There's some's coming out.
There you go.
Wow. That was very tight. Where is she?
Oh, yeah.
She broke.
I think it. Yeah.
She broke.
There you go. Oh, that's
All
plenty.
right.
Once you see that.
Right. This
Okay,
is-
just I think you can. So now, if you had an assistant here,
They could take that one off.
they could take
And I
that
can
off
just
for
put
you,
this-
and
just
then
put this one back on, right?
yeah.
Okay, and did that like this.
And if you dropped it and it rolled around on the table or the sheets, then you could clean it again if you need to.
Okay, that's ready to go. We are done.
Look at that. So, so you wanna, we started at 5:50 today. You wanna figure out a time that works for your life,
Yeah,
but you also wanna keep within, as close to the 24 hours as you can.
yeah,
So, it was kind of unavoidable today to, we took longer than
Yeah,
It
'cause
was a little longer than
we did a
24
lot
hours.
of talking. It had nothing to do with this too.
No, but we had to. I
Do
mean,
all
I had to get
paperwork,
here.
yeah.
I had to. We had
Yeah.
the paperwork has to.
Yeah,
You can't.
right.
You know, I can't do anything without a consent. You.
Right.
Um,
And we
blah blah
did
blah.
that.
So
We did that.
so tomorrow, in other words, or ongoing, you want to pick a time, roughly a half hour or either way of, say, you can count it as, what did I
Yeah.
say? Was it 5? Yeah, it was 5:50. It's later than I think. So you could say, you know, you could do it tomorrow if you want to sort of go a little earlier,
Mm-hmm.
you know, maybe then a half hour earlier,
Yeah.
40 minutes earlier, and little by day.
Yeah, you can adjust it back to where where you'd like to be.
Yeah, and I don't know, that's entirely up to your life, and you know, if you go, oh my gosh, it's 7 o'clock, I totally forgot. Well,
Yeah, you gotta think about dinner too.
you know, so
So that's
So-
good. So this stays like this? Or do we have
well,
a cap?
I'm so glad you asked that,
We have a cap?
because
too?
what are these
Oh,
things?
yeah. little green
Oh, I was
cap.
wondering what those green things were.
So these have an alcohol gel in them,
Oh,
and they go on just the same as everything else.
mm-hmm.
And that's just an extra protection, you know.
Very good.
So
I don't need to cap this off, do I, with this?
you don't, probably not, but I would just,
Just to do it.
but remember that it's kept off, that
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's
This is
clicked
a
up
little
on
tricky.
it.
That's a little
And if
tricky
it's
one.
too much
She
trouble,
might have to do that.
you might do it all the way
Well, I
up
could do it.
there.
Yeah, I could do it.
Um,
Yeah, I could do it.
and you know, so and so you can decide, you know, how the best,
Yeah.
but you can, let me see, you can wind it around, you can, you know, tape it down a little bit, because most of you can put a little piece of gauze or
Yeah.
padding underneath this little thing, because that's
Putting pressure on
gonna leave a dent.
it. Yeah.
And however, you know, there's no set way. It's mostly you want to prevent it from
Dangling around.
and getting pulled in your sleep. You know, some people are more restless sleepers than others. So. And so this might not be too long after all.
No, might be about right.
And once you stretch it out, it stays a lot more stretched out. And if you have you could also use the shower thing. You could cut a Ziploc
Oh, yeah.
and put it on just
Big
the
Ziploc.
same way
Yeah.
as this goes on.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I could do that.
so let's see here. Oh yeah, it's fun. You have decent sized arms, so that took up some of the length there,
Yeah.
and we might want to
Do it in there.
tuck that in.
Yeah.
But I still like your little. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
decide whether that is still a plus. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
But-
All right.
But
Wow, what an ordeal.
Well, we did a
I
lot of
thought you were
talking.
going to say, "Oh, that's much easier than I thought it was going to be."
No, it wasn't that bad, I guess.
Once you do it,
We were very laborious about
yeah.
it, now, and you know, you're thinking everything
Mm-hmm.
8 times, but that's okay. And by the end of the week, you'll be like, "Doom," you know.
Yeah.
So,
It's second nature. It's like the catheter. Changing bags.
I mean, it's got to be easier than that. I don't
Well,
know.
it's not hard to change the bags.
Well, the bag.
The only hard part, but you got to clean them after you take them off. With white vinegar, you have to clean them.
Oh, you
real good.
reuse the bags.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to clean them real good.
Yeah.
And there again, you got to keep washing your hands with soap and when you handle everything.
Yeah.
But
And
as far as-
definitely, and you don't want to, you don't want to transfer from the bugs from one place back into
Yeah.
the bloodstream
Right.
with the other. So
Yeah. Well, it has each one has a connector. Well, I can't show you here, but it has a connector.
yeah,
And it just slides in there, and what you do is you take that one out, like for the day bag, you slide this one out, and then you take the other one and slide it back in,
yeah.
and you wipe that one with alcohol good first before you slide it in there.
Mhm.
So it's not that hard to do. It's just the night bag is a little harder because it's bigger, takes longer, and you got the hose. You got to clean that out. You got to run the syringe through there. With
Yeah, sometimes it can be
the white vinegar.
mucusy stuff
There's,
in the.
there's stuff in there, little white wiggly things, and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, like wiggle
and it
thing.
flushes all that stuff out.
Yeah, but yeah. So it's the same kind of principle. There's
Yeah.
but
Well, I'm so glad we could do it at the house. Rather than I didn't want to go there every day, drive into Palatka every day and get it done. And that's what I would have had to do.